What's up, guys? It's Brian from Ashore Hub. It's about 9:36 a.m. Eastern Time, March 17, 2018, and we have a trading video coming to you here. But first, if you're new to us, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, get on over to Steam It and DTube, subscribe there as well. Upvote and re-steam would be greatly appreciated. So let's get right into it. First thing, we're going to use this video tomorrow in order to have our giveaway. So make sure you subscribe to us and leave a comment down below. That's how you're going to basically be entered into the giveaway. So, when we left off last on our video, I think it was yesterday morning. I think we were right around this level right here, okay? And, even though when I don't make videos, I'm still constantly following the markets and trading as well. So, a lot of these things that I draw on here are being drawn as I'm trading or as I'm doing things, and then I just basically take kind of like a snapshot of from where I was trading, and then I try to bring you guys back and bring you into the loop. Unfortunately, I don't have as much free time as many of the other channels do. For a lot of various different reasons, but a very flexible day job because it is basically my own company. So I can make a video in the morning and stuff like that and kind of trade throughout the day, but I can't make other videos throughout the day. And then I come home and I have little kids, so it's very difficult to get away to go ahead and make videos. So I try to get 2 videos out a day. Sometimes it's only 1 video a day, but I am trading all the time, so usually from my cell phone. But anyway, so yeah, that's kind of a little bit of background on me, so you understand kind of how these things come about. All right. So yeah, what we've been talking about for a long time has been looking for an ABC, and that's basically what we have here. Something a little bit more complicated as far as a traditional ABC is concerned, because the B is having an A, B, C, D, E within inside of it, but that's pretty common, believe it or not. So we have 5 waves up. We have an A, B, C, D, E in here, okay, and then we basically have another 5 waves, right? A 5, 3, 5, which makes up an ABC. It's basically a zigzag, really, when it comes down to it. So, yeah, so we can count this last wave, right here. Okay, thank you.
You gotta clean the floor.
I don't need to clean the floor. I'll clean the floor later. Thank you. So, thank you. So this last wave right here, I believe this is 5 waves right up here. Okay, so now what we're looking for is another 5 waves down, right? Because remember, we're looking for this 5th wave of this 1, 2, 3, right, 4, and 5, right? So now the 4 should be drawn, somewhere around here. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to take this 5, which we had drawn over here, and I'm basically just going to bring it across, right? Because let's get things a little more accurate as far as time is concerned. Now I don't know that it's going to come down to here, right? Because this is a fair amount of, I don't want to say it's really not bullishness, but it's a fair amount of sideways momentum, or maybe there's an exhaustion in the overall trend, the downward trend. So we, now are not sure that this thing is actually going to make this all the way back down here. It very well could, but it may not. So the next question we have is right here. The next question we have is right here. Is this a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming down? And how do we go ahead and count this? Okay. Traditionally, I'm kind of counting it like this, but I do feel that this could possibly just be the wave 1 of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming down, which is of the 5th wave of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I hope that makes sense. Another way to go ahead and about drawing this is pretty much that this right here is the sorry about that. We're looking for a 5 down here. Sorry. Right, where this right here is kind of the 1 right here. We have 2. All right, we're looking for the 3 to come down you know, something like this. Okay, that very well could happen too. So another thing I want to get, I kind of want to go back a little bit here for a second, right? So we had drawn this trend line here, I believe, right? And then after the market popped, right? I think we were making the video right here, right around here, and where we had this channel set up, and the market had rallied up right here, right? And what we were saying is kind of, if the market kind of gets above this level, I believe it was somewhere around here, around like you know, around 8,400. If it gets above it and it sustains above it, then, you know, we may continue to move up. So one of the things I want to teach you guys is a little bit more about how we go about trading, right? In something like this. So first thing, what I try to do is, when the market runs up like this, I try to go ahead and try to say, well, are there any other points where I could draw a nice line that would contain this? And that exactly was, right? I can draw from here, I could draw from here, and it contains this right here, right? So then that tells me, okay, let's go ahead and just continue to wait a little bit longer, right? Before we go ahead and put a buy order in, first of all. Second of all, if we are going to go ahead and put a buy order in, let's put a buy order in where the previous resistance has been, right? Because that's going to act as support, right? And so you could use kind of this 4-hour resistance of 8,377, right? So it's kind of like this 8,377 to the tops right over here of about 8,400 are kind of was kind of the area where it needs to break through. And also you can also look at as far as resistance, as far as support is concerned, once you're above it. That's the first that's the first thing, right? That I tend to look at. So I would have a buy order, and I actually did. I had a buy order right along here, right? I'm pretty conservative, right around this 8,377. I'm looking for the market to come down to test this, right? And I know at the very least, I'm probably going to go ahead and just get and get another pop up from there that I can then continue to analyze the market. And then you know, at the very least, I could get out either even or with a small profit if I don't feel like it's going to continue to run up. Okay, the next thing I also want to go ahead and take a look at, and this is on a 30-minute basis, is the RSI, right? And I'm a huge fan of looking for divergences, right? Everywhere. And what exactly did I see was exactly that right here. Look at this. The market's kind of going up to sideways, and the RSI is falling off, right? And it was actually right along here, right? Right along here where I went ahead and I said, you know something? I'm getting out of this. Because if the market comes down right here, the RSI is coming down, and the RSI is not that strong, and I think it's going to come down, it's going to stay down. And so I exited my buy. I exited my buy order right here. Okay? And then the market, and then the RSI continued to come down, right?
Daddy, give me my dial back.
You got it. Can you give me a second, please? Just go play over there. Thank you. All right? So the market then continued to go sideways, and this then continued to come down, right? This continued to come down, and then I got really busy with clients and work and stuff like that, and was not able to short this.
I'm putting this in my bag.
Good job.
And I can't take it out.
Okay, you could take it out. Okay, very good. Thank you.
Yeah, in the gym. In the gym, Daddy.
Yes, when we. All right, sorry about that. So yeah, so then basically the market, I had very, very good feeling that the market was then going to go ahead and fall off. Not only did we have the RSI coming down, right, but we also had, look at this right here, the Laguerre RSI, right? It started crossing underneath, and this is textbook to go ahead and short the market from a top. Okay. Next thing I want to show you is something that I haven't shown you guys before. And this is one of the ways in which I try to go ahead and I try to confirm what's going on with the market. On balance volume. This isn't the exact one that I use, but it's similar, right? And I believe I was looking at this on a 1 hour basis. So a 1 hour basis? Yeah, I think so. No, maybe it was a half hour basis. Yes. Okay. Okay. That was a 1 hour basis. All right. So what was I looking at? I was looking at exactly this, right? So the market here on balance volume, right? It started to continue to go up, right? It started to continue to go up. So this was going up, and RSI was coming down, right? We had a peak right here, right? But I looked at the previous peak, right? Let me just draw this real quick. You look at the previous peak right here, right? And I looked at this peak, and I said, wait a second. This right here is higher than right here, right? This should be higher than here. Thank you for the good comment. Right? And then I said, wait a second. This is also different than what the market should be telling us. It's diverging, right? And so then, and then I saw this, and I said, man, there's a very good chance that this market's going to fall off, right? And so that's the way I look at trading, okay? That's the way I look at when breakouts happen. Am I going to get into this, or am I not going to get into this? All right? Let's pull up the Laguerre RSI again. All right. So next. So sometimes with people that are new to trading, okay, this gets really, really messy, okay? This can get really, really messy. Oh, another thing I want to show you guys. All right. Another thing I want to show you guys. Yeah, so when this happens, I start getting super, super granular as far as the trading is concerned, right? And one of the things I tend to look at is the 3-minute and the 5-minute. Okay, and so we had this big pop here, and then I'm looking, right? And remember before I was talking about this RSI diverging, and you had also the unbalanced volume, et cetera, right? I'm looking to see where is the 55 EMA with respect to price, right? And so as this thing is coming down, I see that right here, the market tests, right here, tested the 55 EMA, tested again, okay? It came right here, it fell under, and then it continued kind of under, right? It then tried to run up above it, right? It then tested this top resistance line, right? And then it came back down, and then it just stayed down, right? And it looked much, 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 much weaker. Much weaker, right? And then you start seeing a lot more red candles coming in on this shorter time period. All right? Sorry, I forgot to mention that. So, where were we? Okay, yeah, so sometimes it becomes a little confusing to people that are new, or even people that are not new, regarding what's going on with the charts. And I know I do draw a lot of lines, right? But I want to show you, right? I want to show you what happened, right? So we drew this line from this top up here to this top here, hit this top here. So this is a really strong resistance line, okay? And then look here, the market tried to get to it again, right? It nearly kissed it again. And then we also had this other resistance line right here that we had drawn, right? From once we saw this thing kind of spike, we had drawn this resistance line right here, okay? But sometimes this becomes a little too much, especially for people that are new, right? So what's an easier way to go about this, right? So horizontal resistance lines and support lines are really kind of the bread and butter, and it's bread and butter of some like major traders that are out there, right? And so on the way back down, so on the way up, I told you kind of what we were looking for, right? But also at the same time, let's look at what other potential areas of resistance could be. And a very easy one are the swing lows right here, right? Very easy one is the swing lows right here. So what I was kind of showing you is something a bit more advanced with regards to reading the indicators, right? And then you can then also go ahead and look at it for something, you know, kind of correlated, for something that's a little bit more simplistic, like some of these swing lows. And it worked perfectly, okay? It worked perfectly. So next, as far as you know, other pivot points or turning points that I would go ahead and take a look for is on the way down. On the way down, what would I be looking for? I'd be looking at the 8100. Okay, the 8100 right here. Okay, so what is this thing here? This is 83. Yeah, so I don't know why this is drawn in the wrong place, but anyway, the 81. Oh, this is probably from my work. This is probably from when I was trading. Okay, so I need to clean this up. So yeah, basically the 8100, right? For when the market came back down, right? The market came back down. Okay, started making some lows right here. So I'm looking for the market to again come back down again past this 8100. If you're looking to short this further, and that's exactly what it did right here. What's next after the 8100, right? We need to look. What is next? You know, you can start looking at some of these lows right here, right around this 8,000 level, right? This would be the next place, and we're pretty much at it right now, right? So if this breaks this 8,000 level, I think what the next place could be is somewhere right along here, right in the 7,700 level, right? So this is kind of how I look to trade on some of the shorter term basis. All right, hope that makes sense. So let's zoom out for a second right here. Okay, another thing we were drawing for some time. Oh, actually, I don't know if I had this on our last chart, but I drew the bottom here. It almost hits here, and it hits here, right? So this could be another level where we stop, right? Somewhere, let's say, for example, somewhere around this 7,500 level. All right. So we're going to leave it there. No, we're not. Sorry about that. So we're going to leave the 4-hour resistance exactly where it is, right? What I want to bring up again on the 4-hour resistance, I mean, this thing has proved its money, right? So look here. You know, the market kept on jumping up against it. The market sprang right through it, came back down, right? And then it went back up again to meet this 4-hour resistance, right? Resistance level right here. And then it came back down again. I mean, it's money, really, when it comes down to it. So the next thing is the 1 hour resistance level. 1 hour resistance level, we are going to go ahead and we're going to change this to 8,186. 8,186. Okay, so we're looking to see, you know, if the market were to come back down on a 1 hour basis, it may come back up and try to kiss the 1 hour resistance right here. And this is going to help us try to count what exactly is going on here. And my next video will probably be more about that exactly, because this has already gone on a little bit long. Another thing you want to take a look at is, you know, let's go ahead and try to, like, you know, let's try to clean this up here a bit, right? So now we have this going on with the RSI. So I'm not going to read the Laguerre, you know, for you guys. You guys can obviously do that. Our daily resistance level stays the same. It's right up here, 9,665, and everything else is basically the same. So I'd be looking for this thing to kind of sell off a bit more. And possibly to some of these lower levels right here. We're seeing some big sell candles come in, some big negative volume come in, and yeah, so let's leave it right there for right now. Hope you guys have a great day and happy trading. Sorry for all the noise in the background. My apologies.